Right now, we are closely following the breaking news of a hate crime out of Richland County. That is where 33-year-old Jonathan Felkel shot a man who was out for a run over on Brook Springs Road. Just a few hours ago, right here, Sheriff Leon Lott addressed questions during that news conference. We're going to go ahead and play a portion for you to get a better perspective here.
We made an arrest yesterday using the hate crime ordinance, and we're going to show you a video in just a second where an individual had a gun and shot at someone solely based on the race of our victim. This happened back on July the 17th, about 8:30 in the morning. It was about 6 a.m. in the morning the shooting actually happened, where our victim was out jogging in the Spring Valley area. A vehicle pulled up, a shot was fired, derogatory statements was made at that time, and we'll show that first. This is the bad guy. You can actually see the rifle right there. He's yelling at that point. The audio's not that loud, but we can hear what he had to say. So investigators got with the Spring Valley Security. We were able to get this tape. We were able to get him identified. And yesterday we arrested Jonathan Felkel, who is 33 years old, who actually lives in Spring Valley, along with our victim lives in Spring Valley too. He was charged with assault and battery of high aggravated nature and possession of a weapon doing a violent crime. During the interview with him, he went in pretty great detail his reason for shooting at our victim, and it was based solely on the race of our victim. Our victim is black. The suspect is white, and he was shooting at him to bring fear and intimidation to him based on his race, which fits in exactly what this hate crime ordinance at Richland County has. So that additional charge was added to the charges that we've put on him.
And what you just listened to was a portion of today's news conference with Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott. He was addressing the first hate crime related arrest since a hate crime ordinance was established within Richland County. Richland County Councilwoman Tyra Little spearheaded Richland County's hate crime ordinance. She is joining me right here, and I do want to make sure that our viewers know Richland County is the first county in our state to go ahead and pass a hate crime ordinance. That is correct, right?
That is correct.
Did you have a chance to listen to today's news conference?
I did.
What was your takeaway?
It was very hard to watch, but I am glad that we had something in place that people know that hate will not be accepted in Richland County.
The facts of this case that you were hearing so far, is that why this hate crime ordinance was put in place?
Well, yes, because we want to make sure that any visitors or the citizens that live in Richland County know that we're going to do the best to protect them.
What is your response for anyone who has some criticism or perhaps does not support a hate crime ordinance in Richland County or perhaps in any other areas?
Today, what we saw on camera was a prime example of why we need a hate intimidation ordinance. I think that actually is plain, It shows this guy had ill will and intentions to go after someone that was of color, something that this gentleman cannot change. And so no one should be intimidated or be harassed because of their color, because of disability, because of their religion.
Richland County's hate crime law makes hate intimidation a misdemeanor. And for folks who perhaps don't know the punishment for this, can you elaborate on the punishment?
Okay, so the punishment can be $500, or it can be up to 30 days, or it can actually be both.
Okay. I also want to talk about South Carolina being one of only 2 states, as far as my facts that I've been reading, one of only 2 states in the nation without a hate crime law. So then tell me about your push for passage at the state level.
Well, I can only govern the body that I'm elected for.
Absolutely.
However, you know, as we all know, and I don't know if you're aware, but the hate crime bill had passed through the House twice.
Yes.
And so you do have people in the Senate that are actively fighting and pursuing having a hate crime bill. However, they're outnumbered, you know, vote-wise. So.
My other question for you, when you talk about this particular case, and I know the facts are slowly coming in, what do you want the community to take away from this? And also, I'm curious because I've been speaking with runners in this area. What do you want them to know?
Well, the takeaway from this, again, as I stated before, justice should not be predicated upon where you live. And so for our citizens of Richland County, we want you to know that we are concerned. We hear your voices. We hear, you know, we empathize and sympathize with the victims, you know. And so again, you know I've said it multiple times. We just want our citizens and our constituents to know that we care about them, and we're going to do everything that we can to put ordinances in place that protect our citizens. And so for the runners, you know, it was one of my concerns, even with watching that. It was very hard to watch, but in watching that, we also, there's some trauma that comes with watching that. And so there will be some concerns. And so, you know, we don't want people to panic. We want you to continue to, you know, to go out and get your exercise, you know, but we also have to be vigilant as well.
Yeah, do not want people to panic. Have you had the chance to speak with the person who was shot at?
No, I have not.
Okay. Have you had the chance to speak with anyone in the community in that neighborhood where this happened?
Not as of yet.
Is that on your agenda?
Well, I mean, if someone wants to actually, you know, speak with me, or if they have some concerns, I can be reached at 803-422-0203. The email address is little.tyra@richlandcountysc.gov.
In retrospect, now that you're seeing this case play out, unfortunately, do you feel as though you've made the right steps spearheading this mission to have this ordinance passed?
Absolutely. I'm grateful again that we had something on the books that we could actually enhance the crime that he committed with.
Did you have any pushback against this?
The only pushback that I will say that I heard was at the public hearing. And so at the public hearing, we had 7 people that spoke. 4 spoke for the hate intimidation ordinance, and 3 spoke against.
Okay. Councilwoman Little, is there anything else that you think we missed that we need to talk about today right now?
I can't think of anything else.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
I
for
do want to
having
make
me.
sure that our viewers know, if you want to watch the entire news conference with Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott, you can do that by downloading WLTX Plus. We also have that news conference available over on our website. That, of course, is WLTX.com. And we're going to continue our team coverage. It does not stop during this newscast.